I'm here at Idea 2014 with Hamish Guthrie of Guthrie. I'm just going to ask him a few questions. Hamish, what inspires you to do what you do?
Well, I'm probably not so suited to do probably much else. I think I've kind of been kind of drawn into the industry through, I don't know, I guess my own instincts and my own passions for design and art, and I guess being creative. I can probably not so better suited for more constrained type endeavours. So I think being a designer kind of gives me the freedom to kind of express myself through a profession which is kind of caught between that, I guess, more commercial sphere, and I think something which is slightly more artistic as well. So, yeah.
And how did you actually come by interior design?
I don't know. I think it probably wasn't the first choice. I think I probably went through and explored a few different other avenues before I kind of got to this point. But I think, I was kind of looking at just pursuing architecture or pursuing interiors, and I think the thing that it probably appealed to me more so than anything else was the freedom that was probably available to interior designers. I think obviously there's architects doing amazing stuff as well, but I think I saw at a young age that there were probably younger people having much more freedom to kind of express themselves through that industry. So I guess I pursued that, and I think the other thing which was the appeal was probably the immediacy of the industry, the ability to kind of throw ideas out there quite quickly and then have them realised, and for better or worse, either learning in a positive way from those experiences or some obviously negative experiences, which often inform you as a designer as well. So you learn from your mistakes and you learn from the things that work as well. So yeah, I think an interior designer, those things have eventuate in a much more kind of, or gestate in a much more kind of quicker process.
I think it's creatively gratifying.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of what we do is about how people feel in a space. Are they comfortable? Are they challenged? Are they invigorated? Are they relaxed? And I think when you can see people engaging in your space and those emotions are evoked in people, I think it is a validation of what you do as a designer and what you strive to do as a designer as well.
I'd like to ask you as well, with all the amazing sort of projects that we saw tonight, or even just of the year, what have been your standout projects of the year for you?
Look, I think, in terms of a stable or a pedigree of beautifully designed stores, I think ASOP continues to kind of push boundaries on retail. Looking back at all the stores and the amazing designers they've kind of used to kind of engage with their brand, it is, I think, one of the unique retail brands of the world. You look at it on a world scale or world stage, and it certainly stands up in any country. And as a studio, we certainly use it as a benchmark, something to kind of aspire to and kind of keep challenging ourselves by looking at what are ASOP doing, what are the designers that ASOP are using to kind of do, not through a necessarily borrowing the language, but obviously, but just the innovation, the kind of creative ideas, and so I think that is always one, and I think obviously the work design office are doing, I think we've been keeping an eye on them for the last few years, and I certainly admire the work that those guys are doing, and kind of the attention to kind of detail they put into everything they do. And I think as a practice we aspire to kind of similar ideas, and it's kind of often frustrating to see that they're often doing them better than we are. So we can do something about that next year. I think we'll have to have a serious word with those boys.
Going into 2015, what are you most excited about in yourself and your own practice?
Just new stuff. I think the year is an important kind of thing to kind of register. I think that's the good thing about awards ceremonies. It gives you the opportunity to kind of look back at what you've done over the last year or the last couple of years, and look at where you want to kind of take the practice. And I think as a studio, we always want to challenge ourselves and make sure that we are kind of creating it or make it interesting for ourselves as well as our clients. So certainly, I guess we still don't rest on our laurels or what we've previously achieved, but always constantly looking forward about what we want to do, where we want to kind of take the practice, and have a bit of fun at the end of the day.
Is there any sort of emerging talent that you've observed coming up through the industry that excites you?
Look, there always is. Again, I kind of mentioned design off as well. I know they're probably not emerging, but I think they're doing great work in the industry, and the way the industry is at the moment is a lot of small projects, a lot of people in the industry, and a lot of people getting opportunities to kind of engage on very creative level. And I think that is, again, it's challenging us as a slightly more kind of middle-sized office to kind of see what the younger, smaller offices are doing, because often that is the face of innovation. And I think, definitely we kind of an eye on all those younger guys, and and I think it's great for the industry that there is that kind of next level of design coming through. Probably the word craft and kind of artisan is being used a lot, but I think it does probably capture where the industry is a lot. I think people are pushing design pretty hard at the moment. I think using every kind of tool at their disposal to kind of create innovative design. And I think often, or as you kind of study design, you kind of, in a sense, taught that your talents are yours alone. But I think as we've kind of worked through the industry, we're realising that we're only part of what we can create, and there's a whole nother world and a whole nother kind of raft of ideas that can be inspired by working with kind of other creative people in collaboration, whether they're people making furniture, lighting, crafting certain materials or specialising in materials. It's kind of what you do with that at the end of the day that creates something unique as well. So yeah.
Well, thanks so much for talking to us, Hamish from Hamish Guthrie, and enjoy your night. It's been a great night.